Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another manga chapter review. This is going to be on a new one called Protect Me, Shugomaru, and it is one that's airing right now. I think only 3 chapters are out from Shonen Jump. Now, because 3 chapters are out, and those who don't know, Shonen Jump does allow you to read the first 3 chapters for free. Technically, right now, everything is free. I think they do like the latest 3 and the first 3. So, up to 6 chapters, they're all going to be free. And then once they get to the 7th chapter, that's where you have to pay to read the in-between chapters. For now, Protect Me, Shugomaru is actually a pretty funny one. And it is one of the new ones that was ready to release. And a lot of people are not talking about it. And I want to talk a little bit about why I think that's happening, but also if it's good or not. Now, before anything else, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will hopefully reach 4,700 by the end of this year. We're almost there. We're like 50 people away. So if you haven't done so, subscribe. That would be a good thing, hopefully, for this year. Or maybe even reach 5K. I don't think we will, but who knows? Crazier things have happened. So if you guys have not yet done so, go support me on social media. I do still post there quite a bit, so make sure you follow me there as well. And try my best to get more videos out promptly on an actual schedule. I actually have a good flow on reaction videos that will be posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. So make sure you watch those as well. Okay, so Protect Me, Shugomaru follows the story of a girl, I guess she's a wealthy girl, who's being protected by Shugomaru. Shugomaru is essentially a contracted bodyguard for this girl, and he seems to do a bad job about it throughout the first chapter. And it's very hilarious because he almost seems like he's way over the top trying to protect her, trying to do his best job. He is 10 years old, and it seems like every time he tries to protect her, she somehow ends up getting somehow getting hurt. Now, I think it's funny, and it's hilarious to see just how his mishaps end up being negative towards her. And she obviously is completely annoyed about the whole thing. She doesn't like what's going on. Later on, we find out that they actually knew each other when they were younger, and he wasn't able to protect her completely, so he vowed that he was going to do the best that he could to train himself to one day be the protector that she needed. Now, obviously, she doesn't see it off the bat, but she knows that there is some threat out there. Now, she is warned towards the beginning and throughout the entire series by Shugomaru that there is an assassin school who is essentially out to get her. They want her dead, and she needs protection, which is why he's there. So this assassin is out there, and that's his excuse of doing crazy things, from freezing people to breaking statues that are threats, and all these crazy things that she doesn't understand what went into his head. Now, eventually, she is saved by another student who she thinks is cute and very polite to her, and ends up being that he actually is an assassin. Now, he's not particularly school, but he is an assassin there to kill her, and she realizes that he actually was being kept further and further away from her because of all the things that Shugomaru was doing. So Shugomaru actually was doing things with a purpose, and he actually was protecting her from this guy. Now, he didn't know it wasn't school. He just knew that he was protecting her from some threat. This guy was the threat. So he confesses, like, hey, your bodyguard was doing a good job up till, you kind of let your guard down because you think he's annoying. Now, in all this, obviously, Shugomaru shows up and defends her and actually protects her from the real threat that ends up happening. In a nutshell, it's a funny series, and it's a bunch of, like, I guess, twists and turns in comedy, which a lot of people love, but a lot of people could get tired of. Why are people not talking about it? I don't know why exactly it would be, because it doesn't have too many wrong things to it. I will say what it has against it is that it's a comedy that could get tiring, could get repetitive, and people would just stop eventually reading. But personally, I haven't heard much from this manga, and I could be just the one person who hasn't heard of it, and people are actually posting about it, and I'm just, in some other world, which, could happen. It has happened before where, people are actually continuously, there's like a fandom for it, and I just don't, obliviously don't know about it, but it could also be that that's not happening. So I think what is happening is that this series, out of the 3, was probably the weaker one, and it will not do good, and probably is already set up for that, and people are just gonna think it's a mess series. Now, for people that read a lot, like I read quite a bit of manga, it's nice to have mangas like this to just go back to and laugh. And I do like to have quite a bit of these. I do have little romance series here and there that are just cute, they're funny, they're straight to the point, they're very short. I do enjoy having those on the side, because it's sometimes you don't want to be so focused on what's happening next, who's this character, what's his background story, knowing all the information. You just want a quick laugh, and these series are good for that. Now, I could be wrong, but I think out of 10, I think this one deserves a 6. It is closer to the meh scale than anything. So for now, I'll leave it a 6 out of 10. I might review more chapters on this one, or might just wait and see what happens to it. But I almost see Shonen Jump dropping it after a while, and probably will be one of those that do get dropped. So, oh well. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button and comment on the section below. See you guys on social media. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.